So our top-down driving game is looking pretty good. We've got our introduction screen, we've got the main game, and we've got our game over screen. We've got a high score feature. But what we really need to add now is some music and some sound effects. Now these can really make a difference to your game, make it seem much more professional. So let's get started. So in our asset library we have sounds and music, and if we go to sounds, there's all these different ones we can use. So maybe we could use one of these for when the car crashes into each other. This collision one sounds perfect. So to use it, I can copy the file location, and then I can use that to load a sound. So I'm going to create a comment here. I'm going to say load sound effects and music, and I'm going to call the first one crash, and that's going to equal the load sound. I'm going to paste in the file location. Now you can also upload your own sounds, an MP3 or WAV file, as long as it's less than 8 megabytes. Cool, so now that's loaded and stored in the variable crash. I can play it just by saying play sound. Now when we detect that we've crashed here, by saying if car overlaps enemy car, we set playing equal to false. We can also, inside this same if statement, do play sound, and we called it crash, and now we'll hear that crash every time our car collides with the enemy car. There we have it. Great. Alright, now what I also want to do is add some music. So again, in the asset library we have this music. Now you can play some of these and choose a music track that you like. I'm going to pick a different piece of music for the introduction, the playing, and the game over sections of our game. So I'm going to use these turbo outrun tracks. I'm going to use this for the introduction. So I'm going to create an intro music variable, and that's equal to load sound, and that track there. I'm going to say a game music, and that's equal to load sound. Copy that file location, paste that in, and then game over music is equal to load sound, and I'm going to use turbo outrun finish, paste that in, and now we are ready to use these. Now this is slightly different than the sound effects. Notice the sound effect was used inside this while playing loop, but because it was very short, it just played the crash sound and then it finished. I don't want to do the same with the background music, because this loop happens around 60 times per second, and I would actually be creating roughly 60 versions of the music every second. I just want a single version of the music, so I need to play that outside of the loop. So for the intro music, I am going to say play sound, and I'm going to play the intro music variable, and also I'm going to add another parameter here. I'm going to say loop equals true, and what this means is that when that piece of music finishes, and my intro music was 2 minutes 41 seconds long, so after the 2 minutes and 41 seconds it would start playing it again from the beginning. That's what the loop means. So now as soon as they exit the intro screen, which is when they hit the P key, I'm going to say stop sound intro music, and that will stop that particular piece of music playing. And then because I'm in the main game loop, I can now play the sound game music. And don't forget that we should also put loop equals true here, because if the game goes for a long time and this music stops, we want it to restart. That's what the loop equals true does. And again, I want to stop that when we crash. So once this while playing loop finishes, I can say stop sound game music, and then I can start playing my game over music. So play sound game over music, and again we should put loop equals true here, and then when that stops I can say stop stop sound, game over, music. And now I should have 3 different songs for my 3 different sections of my game. Let's check it out. And remember, along with my crash sound. There's my intro. Liking that. Let's hit P. Alright, it's changed. Cool. Crash. Ooh. And my game over music. Great. How easy was that, and how much more professional does it sound now we've got the music involved? Hope you enjoyed this lesson. See you in the next one.